The road to Redbull Wololo Legacy Grand Final is here, guys. It's the MarineLord versus Puppypaw. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic matchup. Puppypaw has been on the cusp of a victory potentially like this, but he does have MarineLord in his way at the moment, and MarineLord is essentially, I mean, arguably the best player in Age of Empires 4 right now, being the reigning champion of Golden League. MarineLord has already secured his position in Castle Heidelberg in Germany for the main event for Redbull Wololo Legacy. Puppypaw is looking to try and join him. We shall see how this one pans out. We've got MarineLord on the west side of the map, playing in blue as the Holy Roman Empire. In the north corner of the map, we have got Puppypaw playing as the Rus civilization. In red, the map is Frisian Marshes. We saw MarineLord actually play as the Holy Roman Empire in the semi-finals when he got through to win 2-0 against Lenok. And so we shall see possibly a similar sort of strategy, perhaps. We shall see if something... Actually, no, we won't, because in that match against Lenok, he actually went for the Minework Palace. This time he's going for the Ark Chapel for more of an economy approach. As you can see, getting... I mean, this is an amazing Ark Chapel position. It's going to get most of the villagers on gold, I suspect. Villagers on wood and on food. The gold's a little bit further out. And that will be actually put under pressure a little bit by Puppypaw, playing as the Rus civilization, get multiple scouts on the field as expected. He's going for an outpost rush. So guys, I absolutely love the strategy as the Rus. I'm not saying I'm anywhere near the quality of these players, that is for sure. But I've been looking and doing the strategy a little bit here and there, and it's really good fun, because the thing is about the Rus and this strategy, the Wooden Fortress is an absolutely tanky structure. So once it's up, it's so hard to get rid of it, honestly. And it looks like MarineLord is looking to deny it. He does not want this to go up. He's sending a heck of a lot of villages. This game got incredibly messy. Game number 1, guys, in a best of 5, and the grand finals of this tournament is going an opening with a villager fight. This is absolutely insane. What is going on, guys? I mean, I can't hype this up any more than it is. It's a bit insane with the villagers here. MarineLord has 2 scouts and a heck of a lot of villagers. How many's got here? 8 to the 5 for Puppypaw. And to be honest, overall, I think Puppypaw won't mind this, because ultimately MarineLord has 8 villagers here being idled, whereas Puppypaw only has 5. So, I mean, Puppypaw is pretty happy with this complete end, but there is a horseman on the field now, and that's the problem. So Puppypaw actually going back. He's maybe not going to commit to this. He sees a horseman. In fact, he is going to commit to it. Okay, he's not giving up. He's going to go for this outpost, this wooden fortress. There are 2 scouts there looking to deny this. The outpost will go relatively quickly with 5 villagers, but not without casualties here, because there is a horseman and 2 scouts, but one of them is particularly weak, has to be microed. MarineLord going to have to settle down with the 2 horsemen there, looking to deny this, but I think this will go up. And this is absolutely huge. This is a platform for Puppypaw to push on for him. And I mean, this is pretty big, because there's a lot of food being denied, and this gives Puppypaw the platform to progress for their next outpost, which I'm sure will be coming very, very soon. Puppypaw back home, going for a stable for himself, looking to get the early knights now that he's in feudal age, to secure his position. He does lose 1 villager, so 4 villagers remaining. He's actually going to go for forward archery rangers, so Puppypaw being super aggressive here as the Rus civilization, looking to be very strong here. He does have wheelbarrow. He doesn't have the broad axe upgrade, but he does have the wooden fortress on his wood line, which actually means that his villagers bring 20% more wood. So wood is such an important feature of this build for the Rus civilization. It enables the proxy bases, enables archery range production. There is horsemen on the field though for MarineLord, so he's got the counter unit. Maybe, but having said that, I mean, you need the numbers for the horsemen. And the wooden fortress is now getting good value against the scouts. The scouts are looking to siege down the outpost that is going down from MarineLord, and that outpost not going up is a big deal. Villagers are pushed away, but there are still 2 villagers, so the outpost still might go up, but it'll be heavily damaged because of the sieging. And I mean, it's going to be going down as soon as it's built. That's pretty impressive here. And the wooden fortress doesn't have arrow slits, maybe looking to get that, but I think Puppypaw is actually quite content on just taking this out. He's got a knight there looking to take out the scouts. A lot of the scouts for Puppypaw will go down, but the problem for Puppypaw is that this is happening. The emergency repairs for MarineLord, that was actually within the range, so nicely done. This is actually fantastic. Look what MarineLord did. It was actually outside the range, but what he did, he built a house so that it included it within the range, guys. That's fantastic play. I mean, didn't realize you could do that, but now I do. So that's insanely good for MarineLord. I mean, that is a big play to be able to keep that tower alive. Has to be said. Going for a hunt cannon for the forward barriers for the villagers that forward, and archers and an early knight and a couple of horsemen gonna look to do some damage. Outpost going down on the gold vein. MarineLord doesn't want to give up that gold vein. There are a couple of horsemen there which are courting that. They are catching the archers out of position 2 horsemen going to back that up, but the archers will be going down. The archers just focus firing on the villagers. 1 villager does go down, but 3 of them remain and hide inside the outpost. And now there is an early night there on the field though, so Puppypaw will be relatively happy, I guess, with the trade, but he does lose a lot there in the meantime. Thing is about MarineLord's position though with the Holy Roman Empire is that he is now going almost to the Castle Age, and this is the thing about Holy Roman Empire that's just so hard to punish in Feudal Age often, because once MarineLord does get to the Castle Age, his units are just going to be so much better. The power spike is incredible when you get to the Castle Age. You know, just a couple of lancers, a couple of knights there for the Holy Roman Empire, just sweep everything up. It gives a lot of map control, and obviously Puppypaw going for archery ranges. Again, archers don't do so well against knights, so we shall see how this one pans out. If Puppypaw can make him pay, I mean, if he can try and deny this gold mine, which he can't just yet, then, you know, technically MarineLord wouldn't be able to afford any gold units. But looking good here for MarineLord so far. 28 villagers to 29, relatively even as you'd expect. He does go up to the Castle Age with the Regnitz Cathedral, looking to get some control of the relics, which will certainly help in the late game. But what we've seen from the Rus in the past on this map is the second town centre. Obviously Puppypaw being super aggressive is not doing anything like that. But he's going to look to put some pressure on the gold units now. He is pressuring actually quite heavily with it. Early Knight goes down, one of them does. Horseman goes down as well. And MarineLord able to get those villagers back out to go to mine gold. Puppypaw looking to keep with the pressure with the archers, looking to snipe some villagers here and there when he can. Early Knight doing some tanking damage, and the archers actually building up a decent number. Does take down a horseman, so not enough horsemen there really to keep this gold vein alive. Takes villagers out there very nicely with the archers there. I suspect Steeled Arrow is in play, and it looks like very much so. No, it's not actually. Oh. It's actually not in play. That's kind of surprising. It does have a lot of archers though. So I was able to one-shot some of the villagers there. Villagers do come back out for the gold. That's what MarineLord needs actually at the moment when he does get to the next stage, to produce some units. To give him some control of the situation. Regnitz Cathedral is almost up to the Castle Age. Puppypaw, on the other hand, very much far away from that. Going for the Ram Rush, so Puppypaw going for a relatively, I think this is basically a full feudal aggression really. And he's going to need to do damage quickly, because once MarineLord does get to the Castle Age, if he gets quite a lot of knights out, then that could become a problem. I think the gold needs to be pressured here. Puppypaw looking to do just that, starting off by this tower here, which does have arrow slits. And the thing is that emergency repairs can come into clutch for MarineLord. He's going to send more villagers on gold. As you can see, he's going to be looking to produce army here. Triple stable lancers, triple stable knights will do so much work against us for Puppypaw. Puppypaw is going to need to come up with something else here. He's going to need some spearmen for the very least to maintain this position. I'm not sure if he will be able to maintain this position. Time will tell. Second ram is on the field now for Puppypaw. But we can see the lancers coming out, which it'll be interesting to see if the knights do come out for protecting the prelates to grab the relics, or whether he'll push this back. I mean, does MarineLord even see that? Well, I mean, he does see this because I mean, it's being pressured, right? So we'll certainly see this. I think a couple of early knights will help Puppypaw, but you know, these Castle Age knights are a different breed. Puppypaw looking to actually maintain control of the relics. We see a prelate there dying who was going to pick up the relics. So Puppypaw looking to keep eyes on the relics, prevent the Holy Roman Empire going for the men. Puppypaw now putting a lot of pressure. There are 4 lancers though, and the village is going to be able to siege down the rams. Puppypaw doing a decent amount of damage though to the knights. Actually not really, it's just not enough archers here, and archers just don't do too well against Castle Age knights. These are feudal age archers, and I don't even know if he has Steeled Arrow yet. If he doesn't, then yeah, these guys are not going to do anything. Yeah, Puppypaw doesn't even have Steeled Arrow. So these knights will be able to take down these archers. Archers are probably going to have to garrison inside the wooden fortress. This is more than enough for, as you can see, MarineLord to deal with this. But the spearmen are certainly going to do some damage. But again, just not enough. Puppypaw dropping a second barracks, looking to build up the spearmen numbers. If this feudal age aggression is going to work, he's going to need to get a large number of spearmen behind this. Another spearman is going to be absolutely sniped there. As you can see, 4 lancers still there. Villagers there are going to be dying. They're going to run around the roses. Literally, I mean, they're berries really, but they look a bit like roses. And they're going to garrison against the in the fortress. It does save 8 of them. The increased capacity for garrisoning for the wooden fortress. So wooden fortress rush hasn't done too much damage really in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like this is an issue with Age of Empires 4. Feudal age aggression isn't often all too viable with the fast castle strategies that can come out for a lot of civilizations. Again, emergency repairs being used. The outpost does go down with a single ram there. Another hunting cabin, villagers on the front line looking to gather the food at the deer carcasses, opting for that rather than the berry patches because it's a bit further away from the wooden fortresses. Let's take a look at the relic count. I'm not sure if MarineLord has actually managed to get any, and that's actually really well played by Puppypaw to deny that for so long, because there are knights on the field. So really, if anything, MarineLord, wow, those are 8 knights, guys. This is going to wreck everything. Puppypaw needs to be careful. He needs to kind of recover here. I don't know if he's going to be... just doesn't have the food income. He needs to be... I think he's committing to feel feudal. He's going to get a second stable down. Puppypaw being super aggressive here. Be interesting to see if he can win this. I mean, if he does, it will be certainly changing the way the game is played, because it will prove the viability of feudal age aggression. But we'll see if he can manage it, because the barracks is going down for MarineLord. You know, oh god, man-at-arms coming out as a castle age unit now for MarineLord. Again, accompanied with the knights. It's a very difficult force to deal with. Knights now looking to control the map. The villagers there gathering food in the shorefish. Puppypaw hasn't been able to expand in the same way as MarineLord there. Gathering the fastest food possible you can. A lot of villagers there, so MarineLord, look at that food income, it's insane. If it does get to the Imperial Age, which is not really on the cards yet with the gold income, and the fact that it's committing with loads of knights, which is completely justifiable, bringing the relics home as well with scholars. And this is looking a bit rough for the Puppypaw, committing to the feudal age, not being able to do too much damage. Going to look to snipe them Relic, I think. But won't be able to do too much damage beyond that with the number of knights that are on the field for MarineLord. The Wololo goes down, but that monk will go down. The Relic gets released. The archers will go down. But there are a lot of spearmen there, to be said, so it's not just such a simple fight for MarineLord now because of the knights being countered by the large number of spearmen. But we did see the barracks go down first, so I suspect a couple of man-at-arms will deal with that very nicely. And that is a different proposition for Puppypaw to deal with. It's very difficult to counter the man-at-arms unless you have sheer number of just army generally. I mean, archers can do a decent job if they have steeled arrow, but you have to have a large number of them, because if MarineLord has the armor upgrade, then these man-at-arms are so tanky, so hard to defeat them unless you have crossbows, in all truth. Yeah, it's just so difficult to do. So Castle Age may need to come in for Puppypaw as the game progresses, but the archers are going to be dying to the lancers. The spearmen not able to do too much damage. The spearmen kind of caught out of control here, looking again to secure that relic, but actually caught out of position. And the forward base under pressure here, but there are a couple of archers there behind the spearmen looking to push these knights away, which are relatively weak, but a predator or two looking to heal us up could do wonders for MarineLord here. Okay, has to be said though, and rather I mean, has Puppypaw got a second town centre? It feels like MarineLord has just been idling his town centre or something, because something that doesn't quite make sense is Puppypaw's on 49 villages, MarineLord on 33. I don't quite know how that's happened. I'm not entirely sure. I think MarineLord might have just been idling his town centre to be able to produce the number of lancers and knights that he has. The outpost is being sieged and he's going to run out of this gold. The gold position is precarious for MarineLord, to say the least. But I think, I'm not sure what's happening here, guys. The villager count is so low comparatively for MarineLord. There's no, I mean, there's a lot of idle villages here for Puppypaw. Puppypaw will want to do something about that soon, because that's less than ideal. 16 villages are ideal when he's microing this, so I mean that's obviously the priority at this stage, to micro this fight. And that outpost does go down with the villages there, but the ram will be doing good work against that, and there are spearmen there as well. Archers actually taking relatively good trades here against the knights, all things considered. I mean, they're kind of tickling them, but there are spearmen in the mix, and those are the guys that are doing the real damage. But man-at-arms now on the field, that is a problem. As you can see, these archers aren't doing anything to these man-at-arms. That's one thing about Age of Empires, that the counters are so hard that, I mean, like, they're literally tickling them. Yeah, these archers aren't going to do anything. The early knights might get a little bit better value, but yeah. So I think maybe MarineLord just got heavily raided there. I suspect that's probably what happened. Maybe we missed it. He did used to have a lot of villages there. I suspect that happened, but he does have outposts, so it's a bit surprising. A couple of villages are going down to early night, so I think the raiding potential here for Puppypaw is fantastic. So it looks like actually the villagers can't fit into the outpost, so I think I suspect that's how MarineLord is losing a lot of villagers. So that expansion overall kind of semi-worth it for MarineLord. He's had to hedge over, you know, having the extra food income over losing villagers, and I think actually losing villagers is the worst position. Puppypaw doing great with the villagers back at home, getting that deer, and it does fix the idle villagers there. It's a little bit insane that the villager, the macro here for Puppypaw is so strong. 54 villagers to 34. 20 villagers ahead. It's a little bit crazy. MarineLord going to be losing the outpost because this can't be repaired by emergency repairs, I'm afraid. Actually, wait. Probably could, actually. Actually, looks like it could. Oh, almost. It's not quite under influence, but there are a couple of lancers there and knights. He's taking that ram out before the tower can go down. But the issue is the tower is on fire. And that'll continue to be the case until it's destroyed. Lancers looking to take out the gold villagers. A couple of early knights there for Puppypaw to protect himself. 2 stables and a couple of archer rangers still there. 2 barracks as well. 2 of each production building. Looking to build a very, very mixed army composition here. Archers, spearmen and early knights. Full feudal still on the cards for Puppypaw. He doesn't feel under any sort of pressure. He's got full map control. That's the issue for MarineLord. It does have 1 relic which is generating a lot of gold for MarineLord. But will it be enough? 300 gold per minute. That's the only gold income he has. He's got literally 0 villagers on gold. Sending some villagers forward now. Maybe looking to get a gold vein a little bit further out, I suspect. Or maybe he's going for food. Possibly looking to the shorefish here. But that's relatively exposed. If Puppypaw sees that, which he doesn't, I mean, that could have been a lot of villager kills. It looks like Puppypaw is going to send the rams to actually deal with the villagers here. MarineLord not transitioning to farms. Which he is, yeah. He's transitioning to farms now. But looks like now Puppypaw is going to deal with these villagers here. And this is, again, like, considering the feudal age aggression and the feudal age army that Puppypaw has, he's doing so much economy damage because the economy is so well spread out. When I mean well spread out, I mean in terms of is very spread out rather than necessarily in a good way, because it doesn't necessarily seem to be in a good way. And there's lots of army here, and I think just the military number for Puppypaw should be able to take this fight. 14 military for MarineLord, 46 for Puppypaw. I mean, of course, this army is better in terms of quality, but numbers here will be winning. And Puppypaw taking this fight very nicely. MarineLord sticking another relic, though, and sending some lancers there in the heart of the economy. But there is 2 early knights that can take relatively effective fights against the knight for MarineLord. And shorefish is being gathered slowly but surely by Puppypaw. So he's expanding to the right steadily and securely, it seems, when he has map control. Again, gold issue is problematic for MarineLord. He does have that second relic now, though, coming in. Does he? Did that relic get sniped? Did that might get sniped? No, he's going through the shadows, going through the forests. We'll get that relic in to boost that gold income. And that's actually not to be snuffed at. 600 gold per minute is not too terrible. Puppypaw is only 227 himself, but he's not really looking for gold units anyway. Focusing mostly on food and wood, but he does need some gold for the early knights. Looking to get a raid hit. And this raid could work, guys. If Puppypaw actually backs off that, he's quite happy and content to maintain the army numbers and cause the idle time. But there are villagers out here gathering food here, 7 of them, shorefish, and protected by an outpost, which is quite nice for MarineLord's economy, which is relatively significantly, actually, weaker. 56 villagers for Puppypaw, 38 for MarineLord. And Puppypaw just has such a large number of military here that MarineLord can't take an engagement head on. MarineLord floating a lot of wood, needing to transition to farming economy because he can't really exit his base. And again, the issue here is the map control that Puppypaw has, and is playing this fantastically well. You see kind of on the east side, the east exit, or if you're MarineLord's kind of position, the west side, his west location is completely covered here by the proxy base, and south is where Puppypaw's massive army is. And he finds the villagers on the shorefish, and this is actually huge because this is idling a lot of economy. Sure, there's a springle emplacement, but he's taken out 2-3 villagers, and now that he knows about this, he can continue to put some pressure. There are villagers by MarineLord. Puppypaw, turn around. He doesn't notice this. Oh, the knights, they missed out on so much damage there. MarineLord getting away with murder there almost. I mean, there's a lot of villagers there just walking past, and again, a second outpost going there, but unlucky for Puppypaw. But saying that, Puppypaw is actually going for the jugular vein. He is going for the main base for MarineLord, looking to do a lot of damage. There's quite a few man-at-arms there for MarineLord, but it just won't be enough. Early knights, huge in numbers, and you can hear the chiming of relics for MarineLord. Looking to get a second relic, but let's focus on the fight here in the middle, because a lot of army there doing the charge attack for the knights, bringing them into the range of the archers, and MarineLord under pressure here from rams as well. This is a lot of economy here, which is gathering resources uninterrupted. And Puppypaw now really pushing in. He's putting the HRE under a lot of pressure here. A lot of early knights. I like Puppypaw's position I take it back. Feudalage is viable if you're a pro player. And the early Knights looking to just die this. The farming economy is completely down for MarineLord. Only 5 villages gathering food. They are on shorefish, but that won't be enough. When you consider that Puppypaw, to be fair, where is the economy? I'm kind of confused. My math isn't the greatest, but that doesn't seem to equal 62. Don't know about you guys. Rather confusing. In any case, the pressure continues, but there is a mangonel on the field. That could do quite a bit of damage, and it's being repaired by the villagers as well. Looking to unleash those boulders on the archers. One does go down. The archers looking to kite the man-at-arms. Early Knight's going to rush in. Maybe look to sniping the mangonel. That's probably the best play here. The Early Knight's looking to take the charge attack on the man-at-arms, and this is quite nice for Puppypaw. Just charging in, charging back out, charging back in. We'll lose the ram though, rather cheaply by his standards. The Puppypaw not letting up, spending all the food that he gets. 9 food in the bank. In fact, he's not really producing that much in terms of food. Only has 5 villagers on food. He's got a lot of gold actually. Actually, this is MarineLord. Yeah, but anyway, 36 villagers on food rather. Poor Puppypaw, and 17 on wood. So it's going to be. This is such a nice economy for Puppypaw. He doesn't need villagers on gold because he's got the hunting cabins. He's actually getting 500 gold per minute just by the hunting cabins. As you can see, he's placing quite a few just dotted around the map, actually getting the boar as well. That is a very nice position to be in here. And is again charging with those knights, looking to do some damage against the man-at-arms. There is a prelate looking to heal up, but the man-at-arms now charge in with the archers in behind, looking to take out those man-at-arms. And this could be a good game. This could be a good game. It is. He calls it. MarineLord taps out. Puppypaw with the clutch victory on Frisian Marshes. He takes the first game of the set and puts them in a really strong position. This is a best of 5, guys, so there's lots of time for MarineLord to come back to show his worth, but Puppypaw in the driver's seat, taking game number 1. Don't go anywhere, guys. Game number 2 coming right up. Welcome back, guys, to game number 2. Things are really heating up. Puppypaw taking the first game on Frisian Marshes puts him in a really good position in this best of 5, but there's lots of games to come. We can see a second scout coming out for Puppypaw, playing in blue on the west corner of the map as the Delhi Sultanate. On the east corner of the map, we have got MarineLord playing in red as the Rus civilization. And I'm sure he's going to have plenty of scouts on the field as well. That's what Rus just typically do. As we can see, there's the first scout there for the Rus, and there's the second picking up the sheep, looking to get the bounty. And as we can see, the technology is coming in for free for the Delhi Sultanate. Should be an interesting matchup. I feel like, I mean, now MarineLord is picking the Rus. Might be going for a feudal age aggression himself. It'd be interesting to see how this one pans out because, well, Puppypaw pulled off such a good win in the last game with that feudal age aggression with the Rus. Will MarineLord do something similar? We'll find out. Often boar is a common thing that the Rus go for, especially on a map like Dry Arabia. And we do see, is there boar? No, that's actually, what's interesting about the relic spawns, actually, there's 2 relics very close to each other. And the Rus do get a landmark to get up to the castle age, which gets them relatively cheap warrior monks. And so that could be a thing that he goes for. They're relatively closely spawning to Puppypaw on the west side of the map as well. So Puppypaw could be thinking about that by going to castle age. But Delhi is one of those civilizations that aren't the quickest to get there unless they get the sacred site. So that's one thing they should be gunning for usually. We shall see if Puppypaw does that, if he goes for feudal aggression with Delhi Sultanate as well. Now, the Delhi Sultanate aren't to be snuffed at in feudal age because they can get efficient productions, research from their mosque, which allows their scholars to garrison inside production buildings and essentially increases the efficiency by 100%. So it's effectively 2 production buildings for the price of 1. And we do see the mosque going down now for Puppypaw, looking to get those upgrades relatively soon. The scout for MarineLord going to be running into trouble here with TC5. He might lose the scout if Puppypaw garrisons. Let's just see if he does. He doesn't really. Often you can't. Oh, a couple of villagers, actually no, those looked a bit idle, but they're not. They are picking those berries, and there's a bit of an altercation here. There's a bit of a ding-dong of the sign of being attacked. The scout, possibly could have gone down there almost for Puppypaw, but he managed to bring that out. It actually looks like the bounty, they're chasing over the bounty for the wolf. MarineLord quite keen on getting that wolf. Will Puppypaw get the last kill? Last arrow on the... Oh, it looks like MarineLord timed that to perfection. He does get the bounty. Let's take a look at his bounty. He's actually unlocked tier 2 with that wolf. And that's going to boost his economy very, very nicely. As you can see, the 10% of villager food harvest rate increased by 10%. So that's a nice bonus. And the hunting cabins are now going to be generating gold every 24 seconds instead of the 27 seconds for tier 1. Dome of the Faith, as expected, going for Puppypaw, playing on the west side of the map as the Delhi Sultanate. On the east side, we've got the Golden Gate being played and put up by the Rus civilization to get to the feudal age. And arguably one of the strongest landmarks in the game, can really take cost-effective trades, acting as a market in some ways. Coming up to 4 minutes of the game, not much happening as you'd expect, but there is a scout, as always, trying to harass villagers on gold. Just being a bit annoying, but not usually being able to pick off a village or anything like that. Villagers are going to be having lots of sheep to herd here for MarineLord, as these sheep get deposited in the main town centre. On the west side, the scout is being attacked by the other scout. But it's often the way that the game gets a bit of time to get warmed up. 5 villagers being used for the Dome of the Faith, looking to get that Dome of the Faith quick time to get up to the feudal age. Well, what is going on here? MarineLord moving forward with the scout with 8 villagers, looking to get that boar most likely. And I wonder if Puppypaw will notice that. Does have a scout on the field, but the stealth forests certainly help. The map is high view, by the way. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that. And there we are. We see the boar being lured towards the woodline, and is done with a very intentful purpose. And that is to bring the boar close to the woodline, so that a hunting cabin can actually have the most amount of gold income, as in efficiently anyway. Because not only do you get 75 gold for the hunts, well, for the boar anyway, building a hunting cabin here will passively generate gold for MarineLord. And we've got the wooden fortress going there to protect those villages, which is commonly done. It's quite nice in terms of numbers, because you can get 8 villagers around a boar, and you can also garrison 8 villagers in the wooden fortress, which is a very tanky outpost there for the Rus civilization. Wooden fortress being placed at home on the woodline as well, primarily because of the 20% return more on wood when the wooden fortress influences a lumber camp, as you can see there. Dome of the Faith has gone up, looking to get those scholars out there on the field. Sometimes players forget the eco upgrades, but Puppypaw making no such mistake. He's getting those eco upgrades nice and freely. A stable has gone down for Puppypaw, going for the blacksmith. Sometimes it's a double blacksmith open. He doesn't have the wood for that really, so he's gone for barracks and a stable. And he's actually, as you can see, look, he's got a scholar garrisoned in each. So he's using efficient production, being aggressive with the spearmen and the horsemen, looking to put pressure perhaps on the villagers taking the boar. Doesn't want to let that boar meat be taken for free without being challenged. A couple of scouts there, still for MarineLord, looking to see what they can pick. Gonna run into the spearman. Spearman gets good damage there against the scouts. Looks like Puppypaw is just going to suck around here on the right, looking just to stop any such shenanigans of picking up deer carcasses in case MarineLord opted for professional scouts. So he's keeping an eye on that. So very nice like denial of that potential benefit from MarineLord if he was going for it. Let's just see if there's production continuing to be done here. It is, but to a limited extent. Puppypaw doesn't have the food economy to manage that just yet. Got quite a bit of wood, maybe looking to get a second blacksmith, or yeah, I mean that could be the potential, because he doesn't really have a unit which is heavy on wood at this stage. It's mostly food that is being spent here. 60 food for the spearmen and 100 food for the horsemen. Both players probably looking to transition to another food resource relatively soon. MarineLord are going to be running out of sheep on the town centre. Going for a archery range, which is quite common for the Rus civilization with the insane amount of wood income that they often get. As you can see, the hunting cabin is now up, gathering 31 gold passively. That's the almost the equivalent of a villager. Well, it's about 3/4 of a villager, isn't it? Horsemen are coming out on the field, looking to protect the middle sacred site. Delhi doing Delhi things, getting an outpost there to protect that sacred site and getting a scholar out there soon, I suspect. It's an interesting way to protect the sacred sites, because some players go for outposts, some players go for the palisade walls. Puppypaw this time opting for the outpost. As you can see, with the map is high view, it's a bit awkward with this sacred site, which is on the corner, which is obviously much closer to MarineLord's base. But there are two wait, MarineLord just backs off there. He kept a couple of scouts there. He sees that it's being walled up, Doesn't address it though. And the Spearman will look to wall up this sacred site, looking to try and capture this later on. 2 sacred sites being captured now by Puppypaw, using 2 scholars there now that Sanctity is in. Outpost goes up as well, so that will be protected, be able to be garrisoned. And Castle Age going in for MarineLords. MarineLords go for a fast castle with the Abbey of the Trinity, looking to get those relics in quick time. And Puppypaw will need to do something about that, because once the stable goes up, he will be looking to get some lance or knights on the field, upgrading those early knights. And this could be an issue, because as we said at the start of the game, the relics are relatively close by, and as you can see, MarineLord has actually got a nice position here to capture them. First sacred site does come in for Puppypaw, and so does the second, looking now to get the third. We'll need to just get a gate here to let this fine learned gentleman in. But we see actually how interesting. Puppypaw looking to wall in this the relics. Not a bad idea. There are 2 relics here up for the taking that he'll want to contest, and this is a nice approach to actually protect the relics. Take notes, guys. Puppypaw showing us how we can protect those relics. There are a couple of scouts here looking to do some damage. Horse archers on the field for MarineLord. Double stable, an archery range. Maybe looking to get the knight and horse archer composition. As we can see, some early knights on the field, but we don't yet see the upgrade for that. Not to worry, I'm sure that'll be coming in as the game progresses. As we see, the warrior monks are on the field now, picking up a relic, looking to get them back to the Abbey of the Trinity. And nice for Puppypaw that he's going to be getting the third sacred site, going to be activating that timer at around about 10 minutes, 9 minutes 50 seconds. And that gold income will be very, very nice for Puppypaw. Let's take a look on that actually. Got 6 villagers on gold as well. So gathering gold at a very, very nice rate. And maybe looking to get to the Castle Age on the back of this now. Now that he has 600 gold. Let's just see what he goes for in terms of the landmark. Could he be going for the Combat of the Defender? Maybe the House of Learning. We shall see. He's looking to wall up this front part of the base, which is very, very exposed and open. But if he does wall up to the woodline, that will secure some map. Well, not so much really. It's not going to do too much for him. But we shall see. We shall see. Thank you very much for the subscription. Appreciate it. That's what you're hearing in the background there with the notification. Right, and 3 sacred sites have been nicely captured. 9 minutes 50 seconds was the timer. And now Puppypaw looking to rush down the palisades. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure why he's so keen to get those down. Maybe looking just to the army. I guess it's a bit of an awkward one. I'm not entirely sure. As I say, for castles, oh, might be a Wololo coming in. Oh, Puppypaw's going to lose the horseman. He loses 3 horsemen and a scout, and that's great value for MarineLord. MarineLord's going to be very happy about that. And that was it's been a while since we've seen an effective Wololo. Another Wololo going down for the spearman for Puppypaw, but the oh my god, Puppypaw almost went into the radius. Again, the Wololo almost coming in there, and Puppypaw is going to need to rebalance his economy and just recover here, because he is going up to the Castle Age of the House of Learning, looking to complete the walls on the left side. Will give him some map control and protection, looking to grab some of the relics on the way, but looks like the warrior monks have been busy because the Abbey of Trinity is now housing 2 relics, third one on the way. There we are. Third relic is now in for the Rus civilization. Rus have got more than half of the relics now. There are 2 relics, one protected by Puppypaw and the other one here ready to be picked up as the new age begins. Puppypaw, pick up the relic. I'm sure he'll do that very soon. Puppy? Excuse me, Mr. Religious Man. Please pick up the relic. Okay, sacred site being neutralized in the middle. There's only an outpost there, not walled in like the other sacred site here on the right. This outpost will go down, despite having arrow slits. We'll be taking out some of the because these are Castle Age Knights at this point. So this is a nice position for MarineLord to deny this sacred site, seeing as it has 3 of the 2 relics already. And now he's going to be looking to siege down this palisade wall with a knight there, slowly but surely. We see House of Learning going up with the honed blades for Puppy. This is a bit of a bug, I think, on the spectator. When you actually click on them, it disappears. Rather awkward, has to be said. Anyway, doesn't change the in-game stuff, of course. Home blades will be coming in. Sacred site in the middle being captured by MarineLord. Actually moves the warrior monk out of the position, looking to focus on getting the relic instead. We see a bit of action here. Horse archer, just one. mixed in with some knights on the field, looking to siege down the gold position. And now Puppypaw will be struggling for gold, which is a bit of an issue. He has migrated to the right side here to the deer with 2 outposts. But gold's going to be an issue, and that's not great for Puppy because he will need some gold units to get up a bit of control of the situation. There are scholars on the field looking to heal up the Lancer for the Delhi Sultanate. Doing a good job with that actually, and I think Puppy will be pushing this back from MarineLord. MarineLord just now is actually focusing on capturing the sacred site, and will add to the gold income for him. Villagers do go down on the berries though, unfortunately for Puppypaw. Does have an outpost there which is looking to protect those berry villagers. Oh, there's a lot of villagers here that could be taken out. Marino just scouting out, just seeing if there's anything here to be taken. The villagers just about run away with it. Oh, the knights notice that there were villagers there looking to... No, Puppy! Oh my god, he almost moved up with the villagers there. And MarineLord with the mobility here, again, idling a lot of economy for Puppypaw. This is actually quite tough for Puppypaw. This is not looking good. MarineLord getting a grip on this game, getting the relics again. That should be a 4th relic now for MarineLord rather. And things looking a bit dicey for the Delhi Sultanate here. Delhi Sultanate here on 39 villagers, MarineLord on 47. Being on just 1 town centre, so I think, you know, Puppy has been losing some villagers left, right and centre, not been able to keep the economy running. And this sacred site will be going down relatively soon. Warrior Monk picking up this relic. And all the relics, basically. A lot of relics, my friends. Well, there's a knight there, but they won't be able to take too much damage with the spearmen there in defense for Puppypaw. Left side of the base pretty much walled up now, and looking to get the gold income in and again. Only has 2 sacred sites at this point, and the 5 villages there. Got plenty of gold though, to be fair. Gold is not so much of an issue for Puppypaw. Okay, villagers on the berries here, looking to come back out to pick those berries for that food income, and the sacred site now on the right is now being decapped. But it did quite a lot of work in terms of gathering gold for Puppypaw, but MarineLord's food income looking very, very healthy at this point. He's struggling for gold, I suspect because it produces so many units. Siege Workshop being put down by Puppypaw and then deleting it. But quite a lot of knights on the field for MarineLord. Having the mobility there and actually going for a keep there in the middle to protect that secondary gold and offer some protection back at home for MarineLord. You can see he's got a lot of cavalry on the field though, roaming around to see if he can do some damage. Siege work. Okay, it's actually stable now going for Puppypaw, looking to double down on the Lancers. That'd be an interesting fight actually, with Lancers with honed blades versus Knights with Boyar's Fortitude, which he doesn't actually have just yet, getting the armor upgrade, fitted leatherwork instead. Ooh, now he's going to be doing good work against the scholars here. These scholars will go down. The village is going to have to hide in the outpost again that were gathering the deer. And the thing is for MarineLord now, he actually has a critical mass that should be able to siege this down relatively easily. But these haven't been upgraded. This one doesn't even have arrow slits. It hasn't been fortified either. So a couple of villages will be going down there now for Puppypaw to add insult into injury. Village count looking pretty dire comparatively for Puppypaw. 52 for MarineLord, 45. Not the end of the world there, but that will pay and that will make a difference as the game wears on. Sacred Site now on the right, now coming in for MarineLord. MarineLord slowly getting quite a lot of control over this game, having 4 relics. Oh, 3 relics. I thought he had a 4th one, but anyway. Oh no, he will actually. He's got monasteries in it. He's got 5 relics in any case. 5 relics plus 2 sacred sites. Looking strong on the gold income. I'm sure MarineLord is really getting the gold income heavily now. 524 Puppypaw coming in per minute. 900, almost 1,000 for MarineLord. And capturing the sacred site is going to just add even more. Lancers now have moved to the right side position for Puppypaw to protect these villagers. What's left of them, 5 of them. And there is that sacred site for MarineLord. MarineLord looking very healthy. Probably just needs to stop producing knights just for ever so slightly. Not for very long, and he'll be able to even look towards getting to the Imperial Age. We shall see if he does that. He may be able to even sell the wood using the Golden Gate. He's got only 1 ticket left to do that. But that will certainly contribute towards that. And the villagers here on the deer being kind of harassed by the spearmen that will go down to the wooden fortress relatively soon though. Very nice mass of units for MarineLord. Puppypaw doesn't have too shabby of an army himself. A couple of tower elephants a couple of knights, lancers rather, for the Delhi Sultanate, and scholars to back that up for healing. Looking to put some pressure on, but there's a lot of stables going down for horsemen for MarineLord. MarineLord not looking to go to the Imperial Age. In fact, he's actually going to look to double down on army. He's going to delete these stables that weren't built because it's now under attack. And I think Puppypaw just wants to take care of the relic situation and not let that free gold come into play for MarineLord. MarineLord, in fact, pushing himself with a lot of army. And that could be a problem because Puppypaw doesn't really have that much in defense. Getting a keep here defensively to protect the food economy. It doesn't really have that much economy. It's not that much different now. I feel like MarineLord maybe has lost some villages or stopped producing villages. He hasn't done. Got a lot in the queue. Holy smokes, the food count for MarineLord would be insane if you unqueued those villages. But it's a little bit weird. I mean, I guess it's a lot of good raiding that Puppypaw must have done. A bit surprised about the villager count though. And the landmark is half demolished. I think a little bit more damage to do on that for the relics to be popping out. But MarineLord does not want that to happen, and he brings his army home. Knights there with the warrior monks getting the good damage in, and of course it helps fight. A lot of lancers running in for Puppypaw, looking to try and clear this up, and the scholars are still alive, healing things up, and I think the scholars just keep doing so much damage in terms of, to the fight that is, not themselves, in terms of healing. And now the relic situation will be a problem for MarineLord because this Abbey of Trinity will be going down. This is slowly looking very, very strong for the Delhi Sultanate. Despite the keep there being in defense, it's not really protecting the key area that he necessarily wanted to keep handle of. Obviously the gold is certainly going to be important, but this part is being taken out. The relics now are released. And in fact, Puppypaw might be doing a little smash and grab. He's picking up the relic. He could go for a Wololo. Holy smokes, this could be insane. This is a big brain play by Puppypaw. Can we see some Wololos? Or is he going to bring these relics back home? He's got villagers on the front line. He's going to go for a keep himself, putting that down on the Golden Gate almost. And he's looking to do a... This is insane. This is great play by Puppypaw. He's looking to take game number 2, and in a rather cheeky way, he's looking to snipe the landmark with relics there, because MarineLord can't even get close, because as soon as he does, all you'll be hearing is Wololo. You might hear it now. This is... Oh, there we are. There is, and there's just nothing that MarineLord can do. He has to back off. 2 activated Wololos there. MarineLord will have 1 more to deal with there. There we are. Another one go for Puppypaw. MarineLord can't... Wait, what are you doing, MarineLord? He backs off there just at the right time. Oh, almost went back into it. Holy smokes, that was close. But now there is no Wololos that can be done by the monks, the relics. So the relics do get put down so the scholars can do the healing. The keep will go up, and that is a huge amount of villages that will go down. But this is a good trade, I think, because the keep going up there is going to be really effective. Going to be taking around a lot of the lights there. And there is the GG. MarineLord calls it. Puppypaw with a clutch play. What a fantastic play, taking the second game and the best of 5. He is in pole position, guys. Puppypaw looking to cement his position in defeating one of the greats of Age of Empires 4 in MarineLord. Don't go anywhere, guys. Game number 3 coming up right after this one. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 3 between MarineLord and Puppypaw. Puppypaw is in pole position. He's so in command at the moment. 2-0 in the best of 5. This is match point. If Puppypaw can win this next game, he will take the series. He will take the grand final of Redbull Wololo Legacy, the road to it, rather, not the actual main event. This is all leading up to the main event in Heidelberg, Germany. And Puppypaw could do really well to help solidify his position to get there by winning today. MarineLord has already secured his place by virtue of the fact that he won Golden League. But it's all to play for Puppypaw, playing on the west corner of the map as the Chinese in red. And on the east corner of the map, his opponent, the recent Golden League champion, MarineLord, playing in blue as the English. The map is Altai. Should be an interesting matchup. Chinese versus English. We did see actually MarineLord go for a second scout, looking to get those sheep in. And maybe delay the transition to farms as long as he can. Although he has already placed one, so maybe not. Getting that early wheelbarrow as the English, which is very commonly done. We should see if he goes for like an early aggression sort of thing against the Chinese. It feels like the Chinese could be quite strong on this map with an early boom, maybe with a Song Dynasty 2-town center. But, you know, the thing is about Chinese is that it can actually be relatively flexible and aggressive as well. You know, a Zhugnu rush could be on the cards. A lot of sheep here as well for the Chinese, played by Puppypaw here. So he will have a lot of food economy for quite some time. And I'm not sure the second scout has paid off on MarineLord. It looks like a lot of the sheep belongs to Puppypaw. Okay, let's see what Puppypaw is up to. He's going up with the Imperial Academy, looking to get that economic landmark, get himself to the feudal age. It does look like a Song Dynasty most likely, because the Barbican of the Sun is actually relatively nice landmark. You know, it's kind of 600 resources, and you effectively have a lot of protection offered by it, and adding that to his village, his civilization here, will really boost its economy with that Song Dynasty. He'll need to save up for it because he doesn't really have the resources for it just yet. MarineLord, looking ready to click up very soon, has put down some early farms for the English, 4 of them. We saw a build yesterday by GUA, Give You Anxiety, on Altai, as the English actually. We actually went for the deer first, getting the free food that's on the map. And that can be really effective because, of course, whilst the farming economy for the English is quite spectacular, of course it does need wood investment, albeit cheaper farms for the English. So, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting strategy that GUA does. MarineLord looking for more of the standard meta build here, going for the 4 farms early, and then going for the council hall with 2 villagers, and then looking to put some pressure on from there, I suspect. Puppypaw is up to the feudal age and is going quite heavy on, well, everything. He's not gone for the stone yet, so it doesn't look like he's going to aim for a second town centre. It looks like maybe the Song Dynasty first. Doesn't really have that much in the way of food, which is rather surprising with the number of villages that he has on sheep. Well, quite a lot of villages on gold for MarineLord. It could be, I think this is a fast castle build for MarineLord, considering there are 5 villages. I actually suspect that's what's happening here. Might be a fast castle build for MarineLord. Look to pile on the pressure from there. But I mean, this could even be a fast castle. That's not going to be really. It's a stable going down now for Puppypaw. To offer some protection, probably in the form of some horsemen. Doesn't want to get caught out by the council hall, which is slowly but steadily going up. Has to be said, in terms of relic spawn, this is actually incredibly fair. You know, both players getting relics very much in their corner, 2 of them, and then there's one slap bang in the middle near the sacred site. So as relic spawns go, this is pretty even. Horsemen are starting to come out from the stable now for Puppypaw, looking to see what's going on there. Sending 1 horseman and a scout on the front line. Obviously, MarineLord not yet up to the feudal age. 6 minutes on the cards almost already. Barracks going down, looking to protect his gold miners. I think Puppypaw notices the fast castle type approach for MarineLord. I'd be interested to see if Puppypaw plays this aggressively, looking to punish the 2 town centre, so the fast castle for the English. Having said that, the English are quite a hard civilization to push, purely because, look at this, the villagers can take out the scout by firing arrows for 1, and 2, they've got the network of castles where they basically anyone within the influence of that network of castles has 25% attack speed extra. The new age begins for MarineLord. He starts to produce some longbowmen to protect his position. As you can see, an outpost was attempted by the Chinese. Actually, it looks like it was an outpost rush. Relatively late. 1 villager does go down. The outpost might go up because of the horseman there. And really, MarineLord want to take a fight. There is a spearman though in the mix, so that spearman will do great work here. Micro. Holy smokes, Puppypaw losing a horseman and a second. So this is actually quite rough for Puppypaw. The outpost should go up, especially with the horseman coming out. This is problematic for Puppypaw. He's actually focusing on the villagers. He will lose some horsemen because of the spearmen. The outpost might not go up. There are longbowmen firing and villagers. The villagers... Oh my god, that was close. Oh dear, that was a doubt outpost for Puppypaw. That's quite rough for him. He's lost quite a few villagers, sending horsemen there to their death as well. So this doesn't look like to be a good start for Puppypaw by his own standards. High standards, that is. And the MarineLord looking at kind of a little bit more ahead in the early game now. So 24 villagers for MarineLord. 23 for Puppypaw. But the main thing here is that the loss of units there for Puppypaw is really rough to the spearmen. He lost at least 3-4 horsemen. He lost 2-3 villagers because the outpost didn't go up. And now Puppypaw sending 3 villagers to put an outpost on the front here towards the barriers, protecting that secondary gold. And that could be a big thing, because the one thing about Altai is there's not a lot of gold on the map. You've got 1 primary gold and you've got secondary gold in the middle usually. There's usually another one there for Puppypaw, and there you can see here. The other golds are on the edges of the map, which aren't always, you know, too easily accessible. Although in this scenario, it's actually relatively accessible for MarineLord. Gold situation is actually pretty terrible for the Chinese here. It feels like this is actually a really unfair spawn, all things considered. Like, although having said that, no, I mean, Puppypaw does have 2 goals back, actually, so I think he probably can't have too many grounds to complain with 2 goals at the back. Marino just has the 1. I was just about to say, because Marino has this gold here on the outside, Puppypaw doesn't seem to have that. In fact, his is actually on the inside, so Puppypaw actually having the rub of the green there, rather than having a hard deal. And the outpost will be going out here on the right side to protect those stone piles, deny that, but there is a spearman coming forward. What people will need to pay attention to that. Scout does go down for MarineLord. Spearmen looking to attack the villages, but Chinese villagers do build extra fast. Horsemen won't be enough to deal with the spearmen, that's for sure. Garrisoning the outpost may look to damage the spearman, but actually backs off and looks to go around the right side, maybe looking to get an outpost here on the right side, looking to get some map control, prevent the expansion for the English, and also get the eyes on the field, make sure he's aware of what's happening. He actually backs off, looks to go back. Is actually building a forward Barbican of the Sun. Puppypaw coming in with the exciting plays. We saw it in the last game with the Delhi Sultanate, going forward with the Wololos and essentially going for a forward keep in a nice position, hyper aggressiveness with the Scholars. Now he's going for a funky Barbican of the Sun, very close to MarineLord's base. And so MarineLord will struggle to bring out the longbows. He will see this now, and he'll need to address this because the Barbican of the Sun is going to be an issue if it goes up here. 3 villagers only building it though. The villagers will be under fire by the longbows. I'm not sure about this from Puppypaw. This is a little bit crazy strategies. I'm not sure it's going to work. There are horsemen there being lost to the town centre fire, and it's super hard to be aggressive against the English like this, and horsemen are going to be running in. There are archers now looking to come out for the Chinese as well, being supervised perhaps. Not being supervised, but does have 1 archery range and decent amount of economy, but it looks to be problematic here for Puppypaw because I'm not sure how likely this Barbican of the Sun is going to go up, because there are 2 villages, one relatively weak, longbowmen looking to focus them. They were doing some crazy moonwalking for a second there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Pretty impressive. And looks like now Castle H is coming in for the English with the King's Palace on the back here, securing that gold and the woodline. I think MarineLord is going to be in a really good, strong position here because Puppypaw not able to get that Barbican of the Sun. That means the Song Dynasty is not up, so the economy is not sort of free-flowing for him. And the second town centre in the form of the King's Palace will be coming out for the English relatively soon. Puppypaw looking to deny that though with the villagers and the archers. Trying to get an outpost there, does put the foundation but doesn't go on to complete it. In fact, he's going to look to go for the Barbican of the Sun again, but the longbow mass is starting to really build up for MarineLord. Should be able to one-shot these villagers, and this is an issue. It just feels pretty rough here for Puppypaw. MarineLord pushing this back. And when MarineLord gets to the Castle Age, I think Puppypaw is going to be in a lot of trouble. Longbow is going to take that village down. This is not going to go up. Barbican of the Sun. Castle Age comes in for MarineLord. I'd be interested to see how Puppypaw reacts to this. Whether he gives up, calls it for the next game, or continues to proceed. And you'll see the King's Palace here with the outpost. That's a very crazy place to put it, but it might go up if MarineLord doesn't garrison, but he does garrison. Puppypaw going to lose villages here. This is a bad situation for Puppypaw. Village count now going to be dwindling for him. 38 for MarineLord, 31 for Puppypaw, and he calls it GG. I think we were heading in that direction. I think we all knew Puppypaw just lost too much there. Trying to be pretty aggressive against the English is quite tough on Altai. He calls it. Bit of a throwaway game there for Puppypaw. Needs to regroup, needs to control, get the composure ready, because he needs to head in to game number 4 with a clear mind, and that is coming right up next. Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, between MarineLord and Puppypaw. This is match point for Puppypaw again. He did lose the last game, but he is 2-1 up in this best of 5. If he wins this game, he wins the grand final of the Road to Redbull Wololo Legacy week number 2, and that will certainly do him wonders for his confidence as well. But beating MarineLord, such a high esteemed player in Age of Empires 4, would really be, setting the bar for his own capabilities and his talent. Puppypaw playing as the Abbasid dynasty, and so is MarineLord. MarineLord on the west corner of the map in blue, as we said, as the Abbasid dynasty. Puppypaw playing in the east corner as the same civilization in red, and the map is Lipini. Should be an interesting matchup. Mirror matches can sometimes be a little bit awkward because obviously both civilizations have access to the same bonuses and units as well. 2 town centers often the meta for the Abbasid dynasty, so you'll see if either player kind of detracts from that, whether one player goes super aggressive compared to the other. But I mean, we're kind of expecting, you know, fresh foodstuffs to be used, the economy wing being used. Um, we shall see. We shall see how this one pans out between MarineLord and Puppypaw. I'm certainly excited for this. I feel like a big win like this has been brewing for a long time for Puppypaw. So if he can win this one, that would definitely be, you know, something quite a good achievement for him, but something that I feel like we've a lot of us been waiting for, and kind of expecting to be on the cards. So hopefully, you know, Puppypaw can do it. MarineLord is a fantastic player. He's already guaranteed his place at the Redbull Wololo Legacy main event. So losing this won't be too much of a, you know, a big hit for him because he has guaranteed his place. Obviously, a fierce competitor like MarineLord won't want to lose a single game at all in any sort of circumstance. So, you know, let's not underplay this at all. MarineLord is definitely going to be wanting to win this match and the set. Both players getting their houses of wisdoms up and running, and yeah, I mean, this is not much to talk about at this stage of the game, really, apart from the fact that it's going to heat up in this game. This game could hold the key, could be the key to drawing things to the fifth game if MarineLord wins it. MarineLord does have to win this to be able to stay within the chance of winning this grand final. All right, a couple of villagers now transitioning for MarineLord to wood and gold. Maybe he's going quite heavy on gold, so I suspect he's probably going to go for an early wheelbarrow, perhaps. We shall see. 4 villagers on gold for MarineLord, whereas Puppypaw also going for 4, so relatively similar build. I suspect it's going to be a 2 town centre wheelbarrow, probably for both players, I suspect, but we shall see. There is a scope to add in a 3rd town centre and look to you know, get the economy running and boosted for one of the players, perhaps. We shall see what players do. Often the Abbasid dynasty mirrors, it's often about the economy and how much you can maximize the fresh foodstuffs bonus and just spam those town centers. And also outposts can often be quite useful. Protect your economy as the Abbasid dynasty. We see players like Snooper do that all the time. Yeah, we shall see what ends up happening. Both players, it looks like, going up to the next stage now. We do have MarineLord going up with the economic wing. No surprises there. And we see Puppypaw doing the exact same thing. It looks like Puppypaw might be... no, it looks like MarineLord's going to be there a little bit faster than Puppypaw. But overall, not going to be, you know, huge amounts of difference. As we do see the mining camp now going on to stone for MarineLord, looking to get the stone for that second town centre, I suspect. Well, he's only sending 1 villager so far, so maybe he's looking for the likes of arrow slits with a tower rush or something like that. Puppypaw also going for stone. What has to be said about the map generations? I mean, those berries are they're pretty horrendous actually for Puppypaw. It has to be said, that's actually quite rough on a mirror match like this of spawning. Puppypaw only sending 1 villager there. Or, well, he probably had more, has drawn them away though. Both players only got 4 villagers on food. It makes sense because, well, when fresh foodstuffs kicks in, which is being now researched by MarineLord and Puppypaw, villagers cost reduces by half, and there is Wilbur coming in for Puppy, I think, and MarineLord as well. So it's effectively the same build here, both sides. Puppypaw actually going to be getting the fresh foodstuffs a little bit earlier than MarineLord, interestingly enough, even though MarineLord went up to the feud age earlier. Right, quite a lot of stone being gathered here for Puppypaw. Let's see how much he's got. He's got 90 so far. Needs that 300 for the next town centre. A bit of fight here. Both players going for 2 scouts. Let's take a look at the sheep situation. Puppy has a decent number. You can't quite click on a sheep to count how many, but probably about 6 or 7, I think, there. And probably similar. Actually, MarineLord doesn't really have that many sheep. There aren't actually that many sheep on Lipini as it is, because it's primarily quite a bit of usually berries around. Okay, second town centre going down for Puppypaw on the berries. Is most likely going to put a mill there as well to boost the berries they're playing as the Abbasid dynasty. He's still quite heavy on stone, guys, so I think this could be a 3rd town centre. Maybe lots of towers with arrow slits. Whereas MarineLord has actually transitioned off of stone, looking to get his town centre around the back here, I suspect near the deer and the wood line. This could be a nice spot for it. Let's just see if that's where he puts it. He might go for this spot here for the gold and the food. Let's see what he decides to do, probably here actually. Yeah, that's exactly where it goes to. It's a bit, yeah, there we are. Okay, yeah. Go for the food and wood. A bit of a surprise he didn't actually put it against the wood line, but it is what it is. It's MarineLord. I'm not going to be one to question that. And the mill is now being placed down for the second town centre. And Puppypaw staying on the stone. He's actually almost got another 300. I think he's going for another town centre. He's collecting the wood as well, which is interesting. Horsemen are on the field now for MarineLord to deny that forward berry patch. But he has got that back berry patch here with the second town centre that he's taking now. And the deer as well. So it's a nice location for him. And we see MarineLord going back over to stone temporarily. Just one villager. That's a bit of an awkward one. I'm not sure why he's doing that. Maybe he's coming forward outpost or something. Don't see any villagers forward though in order to do that. And looks like a third town centre will be going down for Puppypaw now. Has 300 stone in the bank, just waiting for the wood. Be interested to see where he puts it actually. Does he put it near here with the berries and the wood here to protect this? And because that's quite a lot of free food here that he's missing out on. We should see where the villagers go. They're actually going further west here. Oh, this is a very nice spot. Let's go for the berry bushes here and a wood line here. And this is not something that Marine will see very easily. So that's a pretty big deal, actually. He's got this sort of sneaky third town centre. And let's not forget that the fresh foodstuffs, this is only 25 food extra per villager that Puppypaw will be having relatively soon. So we'll need to keep an eye on the economy account. Village account. Puppypaw already ahead is going to get even further ahead. What needs to be brought in mind though is that if Puppypaw is putting the food into economy, that does have a payback time. It does take time for that economy to kick in. And we do see more military on the field most likely now for MarineLord. 6 on the field, 2 for Puppy. So Puppy's going to have to hold this back. Cal's looking to deny the gold position. Not necessarily a problem for Puppypaw at this stage. He's not really that keen on gold, I suspect. Bit of a fight here. Villagers going forward for MarineLord. Looks like MarineLord's going for a tower rush. Looking to be aggressive. Looking to tower possibly these berries here. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to go for an outpost there. And Puppypaw is going to need to hold this back. Quite a few villagers going there. He's actually going for the wood line instead, which is actually a better position. There are 4 villagers doing that. But he's putting one there as well with another villager. So MarineLord going very aggressive here. Committing 5 villagers to outposts. Outpost defensive going for Puppypaw just to deny that push there and protect the berries. So this is going to be a problem for wood though, although Puppy can grab the wood from here. And the third town centre will be a nice position for the wood as well, which I don't think MarineLord has seen just yet. So that's really important. Actually, he does see that. So MarineLord is aware that he's on 3 town centres, Puppy. MarineLord's got quite a lot of horsemen on the field, lots of mobility, and a camel archer as well. This is an interesting unit. It's highly mobile and durable range unit, effective against all cavalry, but they do bonus damage versus spearmen, and it causes enemy cavalry to deal less damage. So when you've got a camel in like this, if your opponent's going for horsemen, it can really change the tide of the fight. And Puppypaw going to be under siege from the horsemen there. Arrowslits comes in for MarineLord. No Arrowslits for Puppypaw. Has 1 villager on gold MarineLord. Sorry, one villager on stone MarineLord. Looking to bring that stone count up to continue with the Arrowslits. Probably going to add in Arrowslits here as well, as you see it's being researched. So towers are going up. Puppypaw is going to have to address this because he's got another outpost here on this third town centre. Puppypaw is addressing it by putting an outpost in his berries. Doesn't want to get that denied as well. He needs to deal with the villagers that are forward. Quite a lot of military on the field for MarineLord. Puppypaw holding back. He's kind of keeping his military back at home, horsemen and a scout. We'll need to build that army and that force so we can take an effective fight. But he doesn't want to take it too early. He needs to win the fight when he takes it. He won't want to take a suboptimal trade, because if he does that, then he'll be even further behind. Often a bad fight can really spiral out of control on mirror matches, especially when you're going for the same unit composition, which is horsemen in this stage. There's no camel archer here for Puppypaw. He's going to want to do that. He's not going to want to take this fight. Doesn't really have the numbers here. He has got the arrow fires and does have the defensive advantage of being able to replenish his units quicker. Might be able to snipe one of these 2-3 weak horsemen, but he thinks better of it. Pulls away, and Puppypaw is going to have these berries towered by MarineLord. Puppypaw could pounce on these villagers though. There are 4 of them. If you could take out these villagers, that could do a lot of work. He's sending 3 horsemen there. The other horsemen will clash with the army. But I think Puppypaw is going to have to back off on this. He's going to have to give up this territory. That outpost will go up for MarineLord. MarineLord looks to be in a commanding position in terms of aggression, but Puppypaw will have the superior economy at 54 villagers versus 48, slowly pulling ahead. Eventually that will make a difference, and Puppypaw actually takes down one of the outposts. Despite having arrow slits, he sieges it down with the villagers. He's had enough of these outposts. He doesn't want to leave too much of a map control for MarineLord. Horsemen, they're cycling around this outpost. This outpost doesn't have arrow slits, it will have very soon. Puppypaw missing out on the opportunity to siege that down with his horsemen. He'll have to come back another day. There are 2 camel archers now for Puppypaw, starting to build the military numbers. 13 for MarineLord, 14 for Puppypaw. So the economy is now starting to kick in. Another stable going down for Puppypaw. 4 stables. He's going heavy on the horsemen. Lots of maneuverability and mobility there for Puppypaw. And oh, holy smoke! Whoa, we didn't even see this. I didn't even see this. MarineLord's actually managed to get an outpost here in an awkward position for Puppypaw, denying the gold, and has arrow slits as well. So seeking this down will become a problem for Puppypaw, but he might have to because he can't let this continue. Lots of outposts coming in from MarineLord. Marine looking to be super aggressive. Puppypaw taking an engagement here. He's got a couple of horsemen, 2 camel archers, and a outpost which is not doing anything for him. He's taking the fight, and I think the town centre fire actually getting a lot of value. This is actually a good fight for Puppypaw. I think the town centre is being the difference here. There are villagers here trying to build an outpost for MarineLord, which I don't think will be able to do this without casualties. Camel archers firing at the villagers. The villagers pull back. One does go down. The outpost will not go down. Puppypaw really pushing forward with the military. The military count really dwindling for MarineLord. Puppypaw taking a great fight here, and 9 military for MarineLord. 18 for Puppypaw. This could be it. Puppypaw doing wonders on the fight. MarineLord has 1,200 food though, so he's got a lot in the bank. 2 villagers thinking about going forward, but thinks better of it. MarineLord not pulling his army back. He's not. And Puppypaw looking to take this fight and clear up the army. Puppypaw looking to be in a strong position. Now looking to take care of these outposts by sieging them down with horsemen. And if he does that, gains control of his map again, and that will be fantastic. He's being very methodical in the way he does it. He's only taking out the outposts he needs to. Maybe looking to expand to the berries there now that the initial berries here will be expiring. He is doing a transition to farms in the meantime, and perhaps looking to continue the feudal age aggression. Who would blame him? He could let things... I mean, this is the time where things can spiral out of control for MarineLord because of the lack of military on the field. 18 military for Puppypaw, 9 for MarineLord. He's going to have to invest the food that he's probably saving up for the castle age in army. Otherwise, he'll get overwhelmed. Villagers here have finished with the berries. Maybe looking to take these berries now. Going to siege down the outpost there. It's not fortified, and so despite having arrow slits, that will go down with approximately 20 odd villagers taking that down. Marine looking to get hold of these berries there for his food economy, but the horsemen from Puppypaw are going to see this. 4 villagers are going to go down. The outpost will not get there in time. These villagers will go down. Puppypaw increasing the villager lead even further with these villager kills. 60 for MarineLord, 77 for Puppypaw. Puppypaw looks to be getting upgrades as well in terms of Bloomery and Steeled Arrow. Puppypaw looking in a commanding position. This could be it, guys. Puppypaw could be winning the grand final of Redbull Wololo, the road to it. That tournament hosted by ECGTV, and that would be a significant statement for Puppypaw. But the match is not over yet. There's lots to go here. MarineLord still has a way back in, but he's going to struggle. He probably needs to get to the castle age because he will be behind on economy, and there's no way back from that unless he starts to drop like another 3 town centres. He is going to go for the culture wing, it appears. Yep, the culture wing to get to the next stage for cheaper upgrades, and going up to the castle age is probably the only chance that MarineLord has in this game now, with the economy looking so strong for Puppypaw. 83 villagers to 61. That 3rd town centre doing wonders for the economy for Puppypaw. And Puppypaw taking really effective fights now. I think Puppypaw will be aggressive here. He shouldn't let MarineLord breathe, because if MarineLord is left to breathe into the castle age, those castle age units will be a power spike and will be able to turn the tide of the fight. Puppypaw with the horsemen, chasing down the horsemen for MarineLord. MarineLord adding further camel archers. Half of them are weak though, so with good focus fire on them, if they can chase them down, Puppypaw should be able to do some damage, but he thinks better of it. He pulls away. He doesn't have the horseman mass just yet. In fact, he's grouping his army into 2, trying to get a good raid on the villagers. He's got 2 armies, one on the front of his base and one right in the heart of MarineLord's base, looking to snipe down the 2nd town centre position. Actually, that's a 3rd town centre. MarineLord has committed to a 3rd town centre, but he's still far behind on villagers, 91 to 65. He'll need a 4th one in order just to be able to catch up. A lot of idle villagers for MarineLord there on the north corner of the map. And another 10 idle villagers for MarineLord. Puppypaw are going to be happy with this position, despite being behind in terms of not getting to the castle age. Wait, did MarineLord... No, MarineLord is still going up to the castle age. He's got a lot of economy, actually. Has to be said. MarineLord might be looking to get lancers on the field. He's just struggling on the military count. 13 military, 27 for Puppypaw. The horsemen doing a lot of raiding. Puppypaw seems to be a lot more in control of the game now, with the army being pushed back by MarineLord. But MarineLord doing well to keep his army together and looking to put some pressure on the west side of the map. But there are some outposts there that Puppypaw can retreat, but there are a lot of villagers here unprotected. He has to go back with this. He might lose 1 or 2. Castle age is in place for MarineLord. Puppypaw is still in the feudal age. Has he clicked up? I don't think yeah, he has clicked up with the culture wing, so Puppypaw will be on his way as well, but he needs to survive now being in feudal age. Shouldn't be a problem though, because there are town centres around to defend his position, and that's exactly what he has to do. It can only garrison 10 villages though, so there will be villages going down, but there will be camel archers going down to the outpost and the town centre as well. So overall, Puppypaw won't be too disappointed. He's got 71 villages. MarineLord 100 for Puppypaw. So Puppypaw looking strong in the economy and still raiding here heavily. MarineLord losing villages left, right, and centre. There's not enough space in this town centre to garrison. As you can see, villages going down, and that's a big problem. There is a lancer on the field, camel rider on the field rather, but the horseman numbers just too heavy. That camel rider will go down. There's still 2 more there. Horseman numbers looking very, very healthy for Puppypaw. He's on the way to the castle age himself, looking now to transition into farms. There's quite a lot of army here for MarineLord. Puppypaw will need to address this, but he does have the home defender's advantage. He's actually sending units forward rather than backwards. He's sending a group of 3 or 4 horsemen now to deal with this, but it might not be enough. If he garrisons his town centre, it will certainly help things. But he's going to lose some villagers to the camel archers. He does garrison the villages. Oh, he doesn't actually. He's going to build farms. Quite a few horsemen on the chase. Puppypaw looking to get some map control by walling out with palisades there on the right side. He doesn't want to let this game out of his claws, because if he does, you know, MarineLord is not a player that you can leave for a final game in the best of 5, because MarineLord can make you pay for that. MarineLord looking to get an outpost on these berries. Will Puppypaw notice? He needs to react to this. He shouldn't let this outpost go up. If he does, that'll be a problem. Those berries will be denied for a little while, although it won't be too much of a problem because he will be able to siege them down with the villagers. Camel riders now are assaulting those villages now though. Castle Age is now in for Puppypaw. Puppypaw will need to start producing Castle Age units to counter this. There are a lot of camel riders here and horsemen. MarineLord looking to push forward back using the Castle Age advantage. He has less army but higher quality army. The outpost will go up for MarineLord. Puppypaw hasn't noticed it. Oh, he has noticed it now. Maybe the outpost won't go up. Puppypaw will look to focus fire on the villagers. Oh, what's he doing? He's just running away. He just went too fast. They just thought about it and thought, well, I'm trying to... the outpost certainly will go up, and MarineLord will garrison, maybe. Yep, he just about garrisons in time. Okay, now what do we see Puppypaw going for? He's going for camel riders of his own, and Puppypaw probably knows he's heading to villages. 107 of them, 79 for MarineLord, and if it's going to go like for like, Puppypaw wins this, unless he takes really bad strategic decisions. It's going to siege down this outpost. Not a bad idea. He needs to get control of those berry patches again. MarineLord looking to run around the base and cause damage where he can. A lot of kind of unprotected economy here relatively with the farms and the gold villages, and MarineLord looking to do some damage here. He's going to need a lot of raiding to be able to catch up in the village camp, but there is going to be a lot of raiding. Puppypaw has not reacted. He's going to lose so many villagers on the gold. Puppypaw not realizing loses a group of villagers. Let's take a look. 104 for Puppypaw, 85 for MarineLord. MarineLord catching up. This is a big fight. MarineLord is actually taking a really good effective trade here. Puppypaw actually went on the aggressive himself with the horsemen against camel riders. Puppypaw has not had the chance to breathe since reaching the castle age, and doesn't have the military numbers in terms of quality of army. He has some of the numbers, but let's take a look at the military. 12 military for Puppypaw, but only 5 for MarineLord, which is pretty surprising. MarineLord losing a lot, but Puppypaw is losing a lot of villagers. 87 to 103. Puppypaw is almost, I mean, this is a precarious position. MarineLord by no means is out of this. He has got 3 town centres continuously producing, and with the sheer raiding that he's got against Puppypaw, he's caught up in the village numbers quite dramatically, it has to be said. Holy smokes, guys, this game is intense, but it means so much. A lot is at stake, especially for Puppypaw. Getting the walls down as best as he can with the palisades, but he's going to have gold villages here exposed to these 3 camel riders. And that's going to be a problem. Puppypaw will need to clean that up. He's actually looking to try and deny this outpost, which he will with 2 camel archers. A lot going on all over the map. And horsemen here looking to raid here, but there is an outpost with arrow slits. Camel riders do come back from Puppypaw to clean this up because he needs that gold income. And this is now fully walled. Actually, it's not fully walled. It will be fully walled just now. Puppypaw does have some gold to expand to on the right side. He's getting good map control with the walling and focus all his attention down the left. And I like what Puppypaw is doing now. He knows he's ahead and advantage in terms of economy. He just needs to build a really strong army and push now on the left side, which is now left open by MarineLord. MarineLord looking to get some relics here. Just the one scholar just not depositing it. A little bit annoying for MarineLord, I suspect, when he finds out. Okay, camel riders here for MarineLord, for Puppypaw rather, taking out those horsemen. MarineLord going to struggle. He's going to lose that outpost to keep going down for Puppypaw. This could be this is a strong position. It enables, it's actually going to go further forward to protect the gold as well, and the sacred site, and the berries. He's going further forward. He has his army in the right place. Camel riders and camel archers. 9 military for MarineLord, 28 for Puppypaw. This is the problem for MarineLord. He doesn't have the military on the field. He's looking to put some barracks down, maybe switching into spearmen, or maybe man-at-arms, but he needs to do something, and he needs to do it fast, because Puppypaw is going to take a really effective fight here on the front lines, and they're going to have lots of reinforcements coming back into this. Has to be said though, MarineLord does have the home advantage. He will be able to replenish this army relatively quickly with reinforcements. As we see now, Puppypaw quite happy to trade this out because he's making an assault. He's adding more camel riders, and this is a problem for MarineLord, that is for sure. He's going to get that keep up in a nice, secure, strategic position. This keep is very, very nice because there's only one route into Puppypaw's base, and the rest of it is being walled off, and that keep adds a lot of protection in the part that's not walled off. As you can see, 16 villages idle, 114 in total, 160 villages for Puppypaw. I think Puppypaw stopped producing villages, it seems, but there is idle villages for MarineLord. I think Puppypaw is focusing on military at this moment, not looking to get to the Imperial Age. I don't think. He's continuously producing camel riders. Seems like the right and sensible thing to do. Relic is being pulled in by MarineLord. 2 relics, golden tier H2, golden tier 2, coming in for MarineLord. No sacred sites being pulled out for Puppypaw. Maybe something he looks to do as he gains map control. He's still getting some relics himself. Has got one coming. He's got one in the mosque already, one on the way, and is starting to push forward on the front lines. Look at barracks are coming out for MarineLord. Starts to recover somewhat. On the left side here, the berry patches here, nice source of food income. Looking to get an outpost there to oh, that's MarineLord's outpost. MarineLord doesn't want Puppypaw to have this free food. He's protecting his free food with 2 outposts, one with Araslins. MarineLord is floating a lot of wood there, not looking to put down the farms just yet. He's struggling on the food, so macro-wise, it looks like Puppypaw is doing a better job here. He's got a lot of villages on food. 50 villages on food for Puppypaw, 24 for MarineLord. It just looks like the macro is on point here for Puppypaw. And that can be a big thing here in this game. And he's looking to siege down the outpost, but looks better of it. He turns back around to fight again against MarineLord's army. And this is a lot here for Puppypaw. He certainly has the benefit, the advantage. He is getting some arrow fire, but he's taking the fight cost effectively. There is a couple of spearmen now in the mix for MarineLord, which will certainly help his cause. But Puppypaw going to clean this up. This is a big fight. This could be the game-changing fight. 131 villagers from MarineLord, 131 for Puppypaw. Essentially neck and neck, but the military count is totally different. Puppypaw with 40 military, 9 for MarineLord. MarineLord just not able to replenish his army, just floating so much wood, and I think it's the macro problem. Puppypaw with the better macro, going for a forward keep now on that House of Wisdom for MarineLord, going for the get out of my game keep. In Age of Empires 2, we call it get out of my game castle with the mangonel behind. Puppypaw looking to be in a strong position, wants to seal this game out, needing siege to do it. But he will be, I suspect, getting that in behind. Holy smokes, there are a lot of camel riders there, looking to take out the production building as if MarineLord didn't have a minimal army as it is. 20, starting to build them up in the back of his base. He wants to take one big effective fight. And these are the production buildings, getting the siege workshop, and Puppypaw looking in a strong position, forward with his army, forward with the keep, in a strong position to push on here. Don't forget, the Abbasid dynasty only have 2 landmarks. So this keep here is a really strong position because this keep, and he's sieging down the House of Wisdom with villagers, and this is a huge problem. MarineLord needs to clear this army now. Is coming in with spearmen, holding them back, looking for the opportune time to push this. But he's gonna have to. He's on a timer, guys, because when this House of Wisdom goes down, that's only going to leave the town center, MarineLord, having a lot of resources. He just spent 1,000 food there, I think, and God knows what that's been spent on, because it's spent on something. Let's take a look. It looks like it's spearmen and camel riders being produced here. MarineLord takes the fight. Spearmen are going to clear out a lot of the camel riders. Puppypaw happy to take the fight though. He's not going to be backing away from this one, although probably should, because there's a lot of spearmen there. There are some crossbowmen in there in the background who's possibly expecting man-at-arms switch, but he's still taking the fight against the spearmen. May need to transition to archers to add in. But the camel riders actually do surprisingly well. I think the combination of the crossbows and the keeping behind really took out the spearmen. And Puppypaw looking to seal this game. 52 military to 30. MarineLord won't want to give this one easily because this is the match point. Another keep going out. Now, if that last one wasn't a get out of my game keep. This one certainly is. And MarineLord looking to stop this, but I don't know how. He's garrisoning the villagers in the town centre, but Puppypaw doesn't care. He's looking to kill this game off. He wants this keep out, but he might not get it. The villagers are going down very quickly, and there is a trebuchet there for MarineLord to focus fire on the keep. But this is an issue for MarineLord. Doesn't look like he has enough. Puppypaw wasting a lot of villagers there. Let's take a look. 133 villagers to 135. Puppypaw still has the lead somehow. It looks like all the raiding has done a fantastic job. Sacrifices are coming in now for Puppypaw to add a lot more gold income for him as time goes on. Look at the food count for Puppypaw. He's just done such a better job at switching to the food income. Look at that, 46 on food, only 20 for MarineLord. MarineLord not able to spend the wood, is spending the wood to repair rather than transitioning into farms. And I think that is the big game changer here, guys. Puppypaw has got such a huge farming economy. He did it much earlier. He taps out, MarineLord taps out. Puppypaw wins this best of 5. He takes it. He wins the grand final. He cements his position amongst the top players in Age of Empires 4. Finally, Puppypaw gets the win he's been looking for so long. The talent has been there. He just hadn't been able to do it until today. But today he does it, and he does it in style by beating one of the greatest players in Age of Empires 4 up to now, MarineLord, who recently won the Golden League and is undisputably really one of the best players in Age of Empires 4 himself. And Puppypaw does fantastic. He wins this best of 5. What a performance, guys. What a tournament. I hope you enjoyed the casted games, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up. Hope to see you guys very soon on the next casted games. Take care, and see you next time.